Folks, hold onto your seats. What I'm about to tell you could reshape the entire landscape of the NFL in 2026. In my 20 years inside the league, I've seen some jaw-dropping trades, big-name signings, and seismic shifts. But what's happening right now? This is on a different level. I've got sources, inside intel, whispers from the highest tiers of NFL management. And trust me, what I'm about to reveal is not just a rumor. It's a game-changing, near-mythic move that could define a franchise for the next decade. But here's the catch. It's still under wraps, hidden behind layers of secrecy, strategic leaks, and a web of negotiations. What I can tell you, this secret's about to explode. And if you're smart, you'll want to stay tuned till the very end, because the full picture, the true magnitude of what's happening, will blow your mind. This is more than a trade. It's a masterstroke poised to shake the NFL to its core. And only those who stay with me until the final seconds will understand the full scope. So before I unleash the details, hit that subscribe button, smash like, do your part to get the word out, and turn on that notification bell. Because what you're about to hear, it's the kind of scoop that will ripple through social media, turn every NFL discussion upside down, and leave fans and analysts alike questioning everything they thought they knew. If you're in the know, if you want to be part of the next big wave, you're in the right place. Now let's get into the gritty, behind-the-scenes details, because what's happening with the Giants and a certain wide receiver is nothing short of legendary in the making. Part 2. The Giants' Needles and Woes. Unlocking the Perfect Storm. The New York Giants, as of January 21, 2026, are a franchise sitting at a crossroads. After a rough 4-13 finish, their roster is in flux, their confidence shaken, and the front office under intense scrutiny. The recent coaching change, hiring John Harbaugh, a proven Super Bowl winner, signals a desire to shift gears, to re-establish a culture built on discipline, toughness, and strategic brilliance. But it's not just about the coach. It's about building a roster that can finally bring the Giants back to the playoffs. Let's analyze their offensive struggles first. Jackson Dart, the rookie quarterback, shows flashes but remains inconsistent. His accuracy, decision-making under pressure, and ball placement are still raw. He's a dual threat, but defenses have begun to figure out how to contain him. Their offensive line, despite some promising talents like Andrew Thomas, still suffers from continuity issues, injuries, and underperformance. Their run game, solid but predictable, a reliance on Cam Scatibo and Saquon Barkley when healthy, but injuries have hampered their explosiveness. At wide receiver, the Giants have Malik Neighbors and Wan'Dale Robinson, talented young players, but lacking that proven, game-breaking presence. Their passing attack has become predictable. Defenses stack the box, daring Dart to beat them through the air. The deep threat, the big play weapon that can shift momentum in an instant, it's just not enough. And then you look at their defense. Dexter Lawrence and Brian Burns are monsters on the line, but their pass rush often lacks consistency when it matters most. Their secondary, a patchwork of injuries and underachievers, desperately needs a spark. The Giants' late-season collapse underscored one thing. They lack a proven, game-changing receiver who commands respect, stretches the field, and creates separation in clutch moments. Analytics confirm this. Their expected points added, EPA, per play ranks in the bottom third of the league. They need a spark. They need an explosive talent who can elevate the entire offense, flip momentum, and make defenses pay for stacking the box. And here's the cruel truth. In today's NFL, the franchise who controls the receiving game often controls the game itself. So what's the perfect solution? An upgrade at the receiver position, a player with proven elite speed, clutch hands, and the ability to turn a little catch into a game winner. Someone who can command respect from opposing defenses, draw double coverage, and open up space for everyone else. But where do you find this kind of player in January 2026? That's the million-dollar question. And that's where the story takes a dramatic turn, because the answer isn't just any receiver. It's a game changer. Part 3, the big reveal, why Darnell Mooney is the absolute game changer. Now, folks, brace yourselves, because what I'm about to share isn't just a rumor. It's backed by sources with a proven track record of inside access. The Giants are targeting Darnell Mooney. Yes, T-H-A-T Mooney. The blazing speedster who, until recently, was a burgeoning star in Chicago and then briefly in Atlanta. And believe me, this is not just about adding another receiver. It's about flipping the entire NFL script. Let's dive into film breakdowns, advanced metrics, and why scouts and analysts are losing their minds over the idea. First, film, this guy is a missile. Darnell Mooney at his peak was a nightmare for defenses. His deep roots, unmatched. His ability to crack the top off a defense, create separation against tight coverage, and spool out explosive plays was second to none among young receivers. His route running, precise. His acceleration, otherworldly. Just ask the Buccaneers in Week 5 of 2024. Mooney caught 9 passes for over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns, including a 58-yard bomb where he simply outran the entire secondary. Analytics tell the same story. In 2024, Mooney ranked in the 86th percentile in yards per route run, a rare elite mark. His separation metrics, off the charts. Even in a down year, he posted a 4.3-second 40-yard dash at the combine, giving him that extra edge on those game-breaking plays. His contested catch rate, around 48%. Not elite, but enough to be dangerous, especially when combined with his speed. And here's the kicker, his yards after catch. He averages about 8.5 yards per reception after the catch, which is exceptional for a receiver of his size. His elasticity in the open field makes him a threat to take any play to the house. In Atlanta, however, things fell apart. Injuries, team struggles, and change at quarterback, Kirk Cousins being replaced by Michael Penix Jr., stalled his momentum. His 2025 stats were a shadow of his 2024 production. Just 32 catches for 443 yards and a single touchdown. The injury to his shoulder in training camp also hampered his ability to showcase his true talent. Meanwhile, Atlanta's offense struggled and Mooney's role diminished, causing his perceived value to plummet. But here, that's where I tell you, the scouts are raving behind closed doors. Why? Because the Mooney we saw in Chicago and in Week 5 of 2024 is still that guy. The film, the metrics, the feedback from NFL evaluators, they agree. He's a perfect fit for a team that needs explosive plays, a dynamic weapon who can stretch the field and open up everything underneath. And why the Giants? Because they desperately need this kind of weapon. Imagine Dart's deep throws, dialing up Mooney on streaks, attracting safeties away from Neighbors and Robinson. It would immediately elevate their offense, create mismatches, and inject new life into a disheartened locker room. But don't think for a second this is just an aspirational move. The Giants are seriously in the mix, and sources close to negotiations suggest that a trade could be imminent, pending the right compensation package. Part 4, how the trade might unfold, the mechanics of an epic deal. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of how this trade could actually happen. It's no secret that Atlanta, once a team with Super Bowl aspirations, is now facing cap constraints and roster overhaul needs. Mooney is under contract through 2026 with a cap hit of $18.5 million, a hefty price for a player who, in 2025, was producing far below expectations. Atlanta's options. Re-signing him is unlikely given their cap issues, especially with the contracts for Bijan Robinson, rookie contract, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts looming. The Falcons probably see Mooney as a tradable asset, and the Giants, desperate for explosive playmakers, are front runners. What could a trade realistically look like? Given Mooney's current value, a package involving a mid-round pick, perhaps a second or third, plus a conditional future pick could be enough. Atlanta might aim for a 2026 second-rounder and a 2027 fourth, or even a third and a player swap to balance the roster. Cap gymnastics. The Giants have some flexibility, but will likely include a veteran salary dump, or send a player like Wan'Dale Robinson or even a special teamer to balance the books. Atlanta, meanwhile, might eat some of Mooney's salary, pushing some of the cap hit into future years or try to package him with a draft pick to sweeten the deal. In terms of winners and losers, the Giants get their deep threat, a proven game changer. The Falcons get a valuable pick, some cap relief, and a chance to rebuild around their young core. But make no mistake, the real winners are the fans because this move isn't just about filling a hole, it's about flipping the entire offensive blueprint. Part 5, the fit. Why Mooney is the perfect match for the Giants now, let's analyze the scheme fit. John Harbaugh, known for his versatile offensive approach in Baltimore, prefers a mix of power and explosive playmaking, often utilizing quick-developing routes and stretch concepts. Mooney's speed makes him ideal for this scheme. He can beat a corner deep, open up the field, and force defenses to respect the vertical game. Compare him to players like Deshaun Jackson or Marquise Goodwin. Mooney brings more size and durability, but the same ability to terrorize defenses. His route running in the slot or outside, combined with his acceleration, allows for versatile deployment. Projected impact, immediate. Mooney can become Dart's primary deep threat, drawing double coverage, freeing up other weapons like Neighbors or Robinson underneath. His ability to create yards after the catch means explosive plays are just a screen or quick throw away. Worst-case scenario, injuries persist or the transition to a new team doesn't click. But even then, the Giants cast a long-term vote of confidence in his talent, and with the right coaching, his ceiling remains sky-high. Best case, Mooney becomes the league's top deep threat, elevating the entire offense, transforming the Giants, scoring potential, and giving the fans a reason to believe again. Part 6, the final verdict. Why this will happen and what to expect next. Here's my professional take. The Mooney Giants deal is not just plausible, it's inevitable if the price is right. With the cap crunch Atlanta faces and the Giants' desperate need for fireworks, this marriage makes too much sense. Watch for the next 2 weeks. Rumors will swirl, insiders will leak info, and teams will scramble to finalize details. Atlanta might hold out for a higher pick, while the Giants will push to get it done before the Combine. A deal could be announced as early as the first week of February, just in time for the offseason to set the tone. This move isn't just about filling a roster hole. It's about signaling a new era, one where the Giants finally embrace explosive talent, rebuild the confidence of a fractured franchise, and set a new standard for offensive innovation in 2026. And trust me, if this trade happens, it will be remembered as one of the defining moments of the offseason, a strategic genius move that could elevate the Giants from basement dwellers to playoff contenders faster than anyone expects. So, keep your eyes peeled, because what's brewing behind closed doors is nothing short of legendary. And I promise what I've shared today is just the beginning. The full story, the true impact, will become clear in the days ahead. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and prepare for a seismic shift in the NFL landscape, because when it hits, it'll be unavoidable. And you'll want to say you knew it first.